Red Deer Games. Yanako RPGs. Some cool monsters. Very nice artworks. And so, hello and welcome to the testing grounds. Welcome to the Let's Test of Doki Monsters Quest. Let's load up my save and start right away. Also, hello. So, before we start, quick side note. I asked through LurkIt, which is a platform for creators, can I have a key for this game to present this to you, have a look, play it, of course. And the developer and the publisher said yes. So thank you to Red Deer Games and Yanako RPGs. I hope I didn't butcher the names, for the opportunity to showing this here. Besides the game key, I don't receive any money or anything else. So you will get my opinion, as always, the good and the bad and everything that I have looked at so far and what I think about it. And when you see the intro, at first you think this could be Pokemon back from the 90s, Gen 1, Gen 2, something like that. And no, it's not, but it is clearly an homage to these games. You see the character, or the characters in this case, you see this NPC here, you see my char, you see my monster behind me. So that's a different set. That could be Pokemon Yellow, technically. Also, this game is console only. It's on Switch 1 and 2. You can buy this through the eShop of Nintendo. There will be a direct link in the video description if you want to get this for yourself. It's $12.99. It's really cheap price-wise, but it's a lot of fun. And as I said, it's very nostalgic. The game is available in English and different languages, which I don't speak. I speak German and English. No German here, but I don't mind. I mostly play and watch my stuff in English. So I arrived at the second city here. I don't have a map, so but this game has, or I don't have a map yet. I don't know if I've seen there's an option for fly later on, like in Pokemon. I have to take reference here, so sorry. And I can do certain things, quality of life stuff, which weren't in the first Pokemon games. For example, as I said, like Pokemon Yellow, your partner, your body is following you, but oh, I'm in the way. You have DTAC, which is an options menu, similar like the PC on Pokemon. Then you have Party, and here is something that changes to the OG Pokemon games. So whatever monster is in the first place where the teddy bear is now, Burnsby is my starter, but you get this mouse to the left, no, left, right, sorry. I have a issue with left and right sometimes. So he's holding a sword. So that's the first monster you get as a companion, and then you can choose between 3 starters. And these monsters level up by gaining experience, but they also have these tabs, and one of them is this. You will gain ability points, and you can go here and withdraw them and give them at any time in the game. So you can choose how strong the attack, defense, whatever your fits your playstyle is. You can do that with every party member here. So that's different to the OG Pokemon games, for example. And they all have elemental classes: fire, light, dark, ghost, grass, whatever you want to call it, like similar. I think I can call it a Pokemon-like game, or what you want to name it technically. So tall grass, if you wander around too long, you will trigger an encounter like this. A wild monster appears. Oh, that's new. I didn't see this one, and that's a very nice that happened because I don't know this type or this monster yet, which I like a lot. Is you see on the top left the name? It's called Patches. It's level 8. It has 26 HP, and you see a dark shadow. So this is new to me. I didn't catch that yet. I could go to catch right away, and we don't use balls or capsules here. You use cards to try to catch those. The sounds, if you... Oh, it worked right away, very nice. And you can see it changed to the color, to like a color picture on top there. Then I have that. It also can fail, so yeah. You hear the sound of like ding ding, like it's similar to the Pokeball sound when it's closing, a catching mechanic. And yeah, it is similar to Pokemon, but it is also different. The starting area, the first town, is bigger than the first town in Pokemon in the Kanto region. I think Kanto was like 3 houses or so. It's opening up to the left and to the top, but some stuff is, as I said, similar. Some stuff is different. There we have another. Okay, I know this one already. I have one of these. I catch them. I can go to fight. I can go to use Sizzle, which is a fire attack. Oh yeah. And if you switch through like Alarm or something, which I don't use in Pokemon as well, I don't like that kind of playstyle. This will weaken the defense of the enemy. This here Glimmer will push your stats, your magic power, and you have Clobber, and you can see there is a symbol popping up to the lower left. And this says me right away, okay, this monster type, this enemy is weak to fire, and if I attack it with Clobber, it will deal twice the damage compared to other attacks. This is normal standard, has no weakness, so it has no upside or downside, but this deals more damage. I don't know if there's shinies in here. I didn't encounter some. I think I played roughly 2 hours of the game yet. But still, they can have status effects. They can burn, sleep, and such. Yeah. One nitpick, I don't want to say downside. Oh, it's evolving. That's new. I knew that could happen, but I seen like a... Oh, okay. The art style is very nice, and the animations and everything is very, very retro. Okay, so it's now called Felt. It's evolved. Okay, level 14. Okay. So, as I said, or wanted to say, there is a little nitpick on my end here. I try to describe it as good as I can. So when you are in an encounter, when you're in a fight, I don't want to compare it completely to Pokemon. There's other games where that is the same thing, which you have, where you have like turn-based fight mechanics. When you attack, you have sounds and you have animations that have a certain oomph to it. So when you are in a fight, you can feel the energy technically. So if you hit an enemy with a fireball or with a sword strike or something, you can feel that in some way, if you know what I mean. Here you don't have this feeling. This is my biggest downside so far. So it all feels a bit bland, basically. Yeah. Here are some NPCs string out. That's an adorable little monster. So not everybody is your enemy here. I stumbled in this house and like, what is that? And I stumbled in technically Team Rocket's base. Xur, which we've seen in the intro, is the bad guys of this story here, it seems. And that's also something in Pokemon you have to earn your cut as a technique, as a hidden machine. And here you... Oh yeah, I can cut that with my katana. Yeah. My first buddy, which I got the mouse, has a sword, so there's like... I cut that. So that gives you some room to explore. Here's an ice region. Here I can't go through, and like, oh no, story's locked. And I just tried to grab those berries on the bush there, and she's like, nah, clever, but nope. She's like, nah. You won't. Would be nice if the partner body had an animation following me as well. It's like I'm dragging him just behind me. That would be nice, but that's fine as is. Because you don't have just like one partner here, you have the chance to swap out everybody. I think that would be a bit much in animation wise. I don't know. So, and we have a day-night cycle, if you realize. So it's turning dark. Wild monster approaching. We can use Clobber again. Boom. Dead. Well, defeated. Sorry, they don't die. they just go to sleep. And give me a sec. I'm in the way. When I go to my... Oh, also, you see this triangle here on the left? That tells you which monster you have actually chosen to do something. You hit A1 one time, I wanted to say, and then you can switch that out, or you go on the info page. You see the health on this one. You see what attacks this body has. As I said, yeah, you have. I earned with the level up. I earned on the defense part, so I can go here and like, okay, I can't take that away, but I could go and give you another here. And oh, I forgot. Sorry. No, I don't want to switch. Info. We have a last tab here, which tells you, okay, this is dealing damage in what way to certain types. So fire type, grass type, water type, electric, and so on and so forth. Also tells you what, so it's weak against and it's strong against what. So, but it's similar like in other games. You have a fire type that deals more damage to grass, has a weakness to water, deals more to ice, has deals less, gets less damage from ice types and so on. This is fairy, I guess. Yeah. This is ghost. What is? No, it's dragon types. So that's poison. That's fighting type. Flying types. Light is something we don't have in Pokemon. I played Legends EA a bit, and we're like, there's less like a dark type as an elemental class, but there's not really a light class. I mean, you have psychic, but I don't know. So this is Lilywood. This is the first town where you come from, where you live. This is just basically like your start town, your home. Here's your mom. Basic house. So, and this is your room. And like I started the game here, and I'm like, here's a freaking GameCube next to the TV. Look at it and tell me it's not a GameCube. Come on, it's an old video game console. Yeah, it's a freaking GameCube. Don't lie to me. That's so crazy. I mean, it's on a Nintendo console, so they don't have to fear to get taken down or anything. So, yeah. This is kind of a Professor Oak's lab or so. This is the professor. She asked us to go to see another professor a town over. Yeah. this dude heals our party if we need to, so just talk to him. So this is the same thing like a Pokemon Center. We don't have that in this city, but in general in Gen 1, you're in the start town, you don't have something like a Poke Center. You have that in the next city over. So, and as you can see, it feels a lot, if you walk from that town up here, it feels a lot like the first or second gen of Pokemon. And for example, as I said, this is a bit bigger than, and as I have to always have to take the comparison. But when you go here, here's a little a little forest. I don't know. I stumble about my own words. Sorry. So, and you wander around little forests. This sounds like using a door for whatever reason. This also, I don't know how to describe this correct, but in other games like this, if you go down a ledge, it feels like you really went down and a ledge here. This is more like a picture. I mean, it is because it's 2D art. This feels more like one solid thing, not a separating part. I don't know how to explain it correct. And as I seen this one, I'm like, are you kidding me? This is like from Fire Red, where you get the chance to get Celebi or what that was. Technically, it looks so much like, I think it was that, I don't know if it was Fire Red, Leaf Green. I think this is the part where you can get a mythical per event ticket. This looks so like, as I said, like the Gen 1 or Gen 2 Pokemon games. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to... a giant carrot. Which, well, is grass type and has a weakness to fire. Also, I don't know if it's correctly balanced yet, because I had really issues starting out the game. The first fights, I really got my ass handed, so I lost a lot in the first fights against wild monsters. And speaking of that, I have to take the camera away. When you go to setup, here's some stuff that you can do. If you don't like the battle in the way we have it right now, you can go to World Battle, check that box, and then the battle looks different. You have this. Instead of this like close-up, you have this kind of fighting style, if you prefer this more. So the start, as I said, went a bit rough. It was not too easy, but after gaining some levels, yeah, I prefer the other style, so let's do that. You can get the battle hints, which is like, hey, weak or not weak. You can turn that off if you want to. World map hints if you want to. 8-bit music, piano music. But I honestly prefer the 8-bit sounds here. Can leave that on for a bit. Also, sorry for always comparing it to Pokemon, but when you level in the OG or general in Pokemon games and you don't have an experience, what's the machine called in English? The machine that lets you share experience, and you get that through the game in older games, newer games, where you hand to one Pokemon and you share experience. You level Pokemon, like the weak one is in the front, you swap it out with a stronger one, defeat the enemy, and both get experience. That doesn't work here. the Pokemon, or sorry, not Pokemon, the monster that is here in front and is defeating the enemy gets the entire experience. I don't know if that changes in progress of the game. I have no freaking idea. As I said, I played like roughly 2 hours. But that might change. But for now, yeah. We can flee. Good. So we can run if you don't want to fight. Yeah. Here's a meteor that came down. That's part of the story. But as you can see, that dude in the window, the entire art style, everything screams Pokemon, which is cool. I like old retro stuff like this. Anyways, I hope you like this quick excursus, this little, as I said, let's test, to have an idea if you want to buy this, what you can expect. Let's round this up. So you get a very nice game, which has some edges, but if they work on this and might patch some things, as I said, my biggest complaint so far is that you have a relatively rough start, that you have to lose a bit to actually gain some levels. I don't know if it's the balancing, but here's the example. My party when I go in here, the Quackville, this dude here. I had that as an enemy in the grass up here. Let's see if he pops up again. Not quite, but similar. This one, Casper and Quackville, they are level 2, level 3 here in the first grass area. And the Quackville, as I said, level 2, he one-shotted the first evolution stage of my body, of the fire monster. What was it called? Burnsy was it called, I think. Burnsby, the first stage. He was level 8, so 6 level difference, and he got one-shotted. I'm like, what? So now with some fighting, some experience, not a big deal, works out fine, as you can see. But yeah, some minor tweaking maybe. And as I said, the attacks, when you deal them, they don't feel like attacks at some point. They don't have this ambient, don't have this certain oomph that it needs when you, as I said, if you hit something with a fireball, I kind of want to, it's when you play a game, you can technically feel this. The sound does a lot, and this is like poof. Yeah, nice, but that needs to be changed in my opinion. Anyways, overall for $12.99, solid game. If you looking something that is like Pokemon, but you don't want to pay like $100 or more for an old cartridge on eBay, and you don't want to emulate, you want to play something on a real console, on real hardware, instead of a computer or so, that's the best way you can get, and just try this out. As I said, for $12.99, I highly recommend this. As I said, small nitpicks here and there, but no game's perfect. Hope you liked what you see. If that's the case, we see us in the next video. Thank you for the support, thank you for watching, and till next time.